Hi, my name's Cheri. Welcome to my Stampin' Up! Studio. Today I have two things for you. First, a card. I am gonna do a card for you, but it's going to be it's kind of a sneak peek. It's not actually a project. It's going to show you, you're gonna get to see a little bit of the Try It class that I just had go out from the annual catalog, and it's gonna show you a sample of what you may get, but it's not gonna be the exact card that you might get if you do the upcoming Try It class for the August to December holiday mini catalog. I'm going to keep calling it the holiday catalog until everybody knows that they've switched the name to the August to December mini catalog, because that's just a little bit confusing. So I have mailed all of these out. If you are one of my customers and you've ordered $50 or more from me since April 1st, then they're in the mail. They were in the mail a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, depending on when you last placed your order. So if you think that you should have gotten one from me and you don't have one in the next few days, the post office, is slow right now. But if you don't get one from me soon and you think that you did, that you should have, then email me and let me know. And if you have never purchased from me before and you want one, just contact me and I'll let you know. I'll find out how we can get connected so I can get you one, because you're gonna want it. There's a ton of good stuff. I can't show you the inside yet, not until I think it's August 4th. I think it's my dad's birthday, that you can start ordering from it. And coming up, starting the week of July 25th, I'm gonna be doing Christmas in July, and then I'm gonna skip Christmas for a little bit because it's still kind of early for me. But I'm going to show you, you're gonna get a little bit of a sneak peek. So this is the second class that I did. Hopefully you can see it on without the glare. I did one for the retiring stuff for the last class. COVID kind of changed the way that we do things. And in the past, I've done paper shares, ribbon shares, Try It clubs. And then I kind of stopped because a lot of people would say they stopped doing them because it was just all stacking up. Like they weren't using it. So they were getting a whole lot of little bits of things and then never using it. And it was just kind of going to waste. So with my retired things this past year, I had a lot of it that I had bought I intended to use it for classes. And then the classes didn't happen. One, because I got sick. Really sick in February. I was down for a lot of the month. And then I couldn't have people in my homes. So I ended up with a lot of stuff. So I came up with a class to get all of my retired stuff out, and I really, really liked it. So then I changed it. So I had a retired class that was along the same lines. So this was the one that just happened. Some of you just got it. Hopefully those of you that have this have done it, because my goal is that you use it. So when you do a Try It class, as opposed to a Try It club or a ribbon share or a paper share, where you get everything, a whole lot of little bits of everything, and then you have to come up with a way to use it. This, you will get all of the new in this catalog. There are some returning papers. You're not going to get the returning papers because you may already have those, and I just wanted to focus on the new. And there's 10 new papers, so there's plenty of stuff. So you'll get the supplies for 10 cards. So it was the same. There were 10 new papers in this. So I'm going to zip through fast because I don't want you to really be able to see it, because it's a perk of doing the class. But they got this PDF, and then when you clicked here, so with each card, you got my sketch of how I came up with it. So in the future, you not only got the card, but then you got the little sketch of how I came up with it, and then instructions. And then with each card, there was also one of my videos, which was private. Obviously, the rest of you didn't see them, but then you got it. So in the future, then, if you liked this pattern, here, which is the card I'm going to do today, even though you've already made it with the supplies that you got, you could do it again in the future. So we're going to do this one. So then on the video, because you don't get all of the paper, you do get a little bit of most of the new ribbons, and you get a lot of the new embellishments. Because the mini catalogs aren't broken down into suites, it's a little bit different. But on the video that goes with this card, then I would show you all of the papers and all of the embellishments. So you still get to see it, and you get to see it up close and a little bit more personally than you might in my general videos, because it's all like based around the suite. So for this, I'm going to kind of show you. I'm going to use the Beautiful Autumn, which is one of the autumn suites. And in this suite, it has the brushed metallic cardstock, which is beautiful. And it has the Gilded Autumn Specialty paper, again, beautiful. It has the stamp set. It has these 3 punches, which are kind of mini punches, kind of not. They're kind of like in the middle. Then it has these fun little acorn trinkets, which are just dying to be made into some earrings to where it all fall long. And then it gets some ribbon, which I have just covered up. So this is how the suite would come if you bought it all. And you know, we all want everything out of every catalog, and not even I get everything out of every catalog. But then when you get your class, again, this won't be a card, but the girls got all 10 projects like this. So then you have to provide like your adhesives and some scissors and a paper trimmer, and then some stamped sentiments and some mostly black ink and some punches, the stuff to kind of put your card together. So say the girls that have done my last class then want to make this card. So you have this little PDF thing in here that you can just pull up my sketch in the past, and it also has the instructions, which I'm not showing you, but it does have like all of the little, here's the ribbon, but they got everything just like this. They had a little embellishment packet, and they had all some new die cuts, they had some new punches, so just kind of a random assortment. And so then when they went to this project, I would have showed them all of the new paper and all of the new things. So let's go with this, and let's make this little bookmark card, because all of them are designed around designer series paper. So then in the future, you have all these templates. So for this card, for this class, there was 10 templates. For my first one, there were 5. So now if they've done both, they have 15 templates. So they have this space here. And look how pretty this is. Super, super pretty. None of the cards are hard. And of course, when you follow along right with me in the video with the exact same things that I have. And remember, right now you can get a free paper trimmer with me, this little mini trimmer. So you can go to my website. So this is cut 4x6, which it says 4x6 paper, and you need to cut it 4x5. So I'm just going to lay it in here and cut 1 inch off. Just like that. But you need this little inch because you're going to want to see the back of this because it's super cute too. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to mount this on here, and it says to mount this here, and then it says to adhere the edges of this only. I'm going to use my Seal Plus for that, but on the back of this, I'm going to use just my regular seal. So if you have both, where it needs to be super sticky, use your tighter, and where it doesn't matter. So I have my 4x5 piece here. I'm going to take my Seal Plus here, and I'm just going to adhere the edges, just like it said. And I would have told them in the video. And then I'm going to adhere it just here on the sides. Just there. So now we have that. So then they have this piece here. And then if you have a punch at your house that will do corners, you can stick this in here. So this is a corner rounder, and you know Stampin' Up's had a million variations of corner rounders through the years, so any one that you have would work. So just round those corners. And then this one, if you have this new one, it also has here that will make a little hole for us to put some ribbon through, because you can tell this is making a bookmark card, which you know now, because everything old has come back, reading is cool again. Because we're all at home a little bit more because you can't go to the movies, you can't go to the sporting events, you can't go shopping, you can't do a whole lot of stuff, but you can read. So now we have this rounded. And then we have this piece here that is just for them to stamp on, because to stamp on this, you could stamp straight on it if you like. You would need to use Stays-On, but because I wanted to use whatever stamp you have, you can stamp whatever you want on here. But I want to use this New Step stamp, and it's photopolymer, and I prefer not to use my photopolymer stamps with Stays-On. And you could use black. You can use one of the colors in the paper, whatever you have at home. So I'm going to go with Espresso, but black would work too. And this is my Heart is Grateful for You, which is a nice little bookmarker, and it doesn't even really have to be fall. And I give you plenty of paper, so whatever size punch. I give you some dimensionals, some extra white paper, slide this in here, and I know it's just gonna, I stamped it a little too far over. This is the new postage punch, and if you took my last class, you know I'm addicted to it. It's a nice size, and a lot of stuff fits on it. A lot of these bigger sayings, and I just love the way it looks. So push that out. And then this is gonna slide in the front of our card. That's why we just wanted to adhere just the edges. So I also want it to make the card look pretty. So I always go ahead and slide those in there before I mount all this together. And I'm going to use my Seal Plus again, just because if this is a bookmarker, you don't want everything falling off of it, right? Somebody's gonna have it in their book. You don't want them to come back later and be like, oh, my bookmarker fell apart. So I'm gonna use my strongest adhesive. And then I would have sent these 2 little punches, which is there's 3 colors of the brushed cardstock. Again, I'm going to use the Seal Plus. You could use glue if you wanted to, if you don't have the Seal Plus. This will just ensure that it doesn't fall off their card. Oops. Maybe I didn't get any on there. Got it on my nail. If you've used, a long time ago, we had that, I can't remember what it was called. It came out in little strips. This is what it reminds me of. It was one of our adhesives, maybe a decade ago. So now we've got this, and then I would have sent them 2 little pieces of ribbon. So this one is going to be just for pretties. And this one I'm going to adhere the pretty little, when you have these embellishments, I always like to find a way to use them on something that's gonna be a little bit more permanent. Because you know, as much as we don't like to think about it, some people aren't going to keep our cards forever, but they're much more likely to keep the bookmarker that's on the front of the card. This would also be nice if you have people who are in assisted living or in a nursing home, or if you're doing any of the pen pal things, to be able to send, especially in assisted living or to a relative that you might not have seen for a while, because it's also a little gift within the card. I'm going to tie this on here, and then I'm going to slide the ribbon on here. And both of these ribbons, again, are part of this beautiful suite. And then again, you know, there's always things that you can updo if you want. Like if you wanted to put any of this through a folder, an embossing folder, you're more than welcome to. If there's new folders, then some of the stuff you get, maybe, like if in the Halloween stuff. The Halloween paper this year, there's only one Halloween thing that will be in the class, but it also, the flip side of the paper is just roses. So I will do it so you have the option of doing it one side that's Halloween and one side, if you don't do Halloween, that's not Halloween. Everything else, again, some of the Christmas stuff will be a flip side that you can do Christmas, or if you feel like you're having too much Christmas, then you can flip it over and just do a generic card with it. Same with this. It doesn't have to be, like this one would not have to be autumn, although there's not, this may be the only autumn paper in there, so you know, we can do one Thanksgiving card. So there you go. So I was able to take the template, and so if you're ever stuck for an idea, and then with this, if you save it, like if you have a thing, then all they had to do was go here and they hit the little thing. You're going to hear me talk, and it goes right to all of their videos. Oh no, because it's on mute. So it was right here. It takes them right to where they start their class, and their class is here. And there were 4 videos. There was an introduction video, and then the cards were all broken down into different videos. So if you're interested in taking this class, you won't see any of the projects unless you do the class. But it's super fun. It's I really enjoyed it. It was the first time that I'd actually got a new catalog and sat down and looked at things that went together. And sometimes I don't buy all of the things. I used to when I did a paper share and stuff, but by the end of cutting it up, I was like, I hate this paper. This was a really fun way to do it. So if you're interested, just click the thing to go to my website, and you can find all the registration information there. Have a great day. Bye.